Women's World Chess Championship. The Women's World Chess Championship (WWCC) is played to determine the world champion in women's chess. Like the World Chess Championship, it is administered by FIDE. Unlike with most sports recognized by the International Olympic Committee, where competition is either mixed containing everyone or split into men and women, in chess women are both allowed to compete in the open division, including the World Chess Championship, yet also have a separate women's championship only open to women. History. Era of Menchik. The Women's World Championship was established by FIDE in 1927 as a single tournament held alongside the Chess Olympiad. The winner of that tournament, Vera Menchik, did not have any special rights as the men's champion did. Instead, she had to defend her title by playing as many games as all the challengers. She did this successfully in every other championship in her lifetime: 1930, 1931, 1933, 1935, 1937, and 1939. Dominance of the Soviet Union players. 1950, 1991. Menchik died, still champion, in 1944 in a German air raid on Kent. The next championship was another round-robin tournament in 1949-50 and was won by Lyudmila Rudenko. Thereafter a system similar to that of the overall championship was established, with a cycle of candidates events and later interzonals to pick a challenger to face the reigning champion. The first such candidates tournament was held in Moscow, 1952. Elisaveta Bykova won and proceeded to defeat Rudenko with 7 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws to become the third champion. The next candidates tournament was won by Olga Rubtsova. Instead of directly playing Bykova, however, FIDE decided that the championship should be held between the 3 top players in the world. Rubtsova won at Moscow in 1956, 1/2 point ahead of Bykova, who finished 5 points ahead of Rudenko. Bykova regained the title in 1958 and defended it against Kira Zvorikina, winner of a candidates tournament, in 1959. The fourth candidates tournament was held in 1961 in VR in Jakubania and was utterly dominated by Nana Gaprindashvili of Georgia, who won with 10 wins, 0 losses, and 6 draws. She then decisively defeated Bykova with 7 wins, no losses, and 4 draws in Moscow, 1962, to become champion. Gaprindashvili defended her title against Alla Kushnir of Russia at Riga 1965 and Tbilisi/Moscow 1969. In 1972, FIDE introduced the same system for the women's championship as with the overall championship, a series of interzonal tournaments, followed by the candidates' matches. Kushnir won again, only to be defeated by Gaprindashvili at Riga 1972. Gaprindashvili defended the title won last time against Nana Alexandria of Georgia at Pitsunda/Tbilisi 1975. In 1976-1978 candidates cycle, 17-year-old Maya Chiberdanids of Georgia ended up the surprise star, defeating Nana Alexandria, Elena Akhmilovskaya, and Alla Kushnir to face Gaprindashvili in the 1978 finals at Tbilisi. Chiberdanids soundly defeated Gaprindashvili, marking the end of one Georgian's domination and the beginning of another's. Chiberdanids defended her title against Alexandria at Borjomi/Tbilisi 1981 and Irina Levitina at Volgograd 1984. Following this, FIDE reintroduced the candidates tournament system. Akhmilovskaya, who had earlier lost to Chiberdanids in the candidates matches, won the tournament but was still defeated by Chiberdanids at Sofia 1986. Chiberdanids' final title defense came against Nana Iosiliani at Tel Aviv 1988. Post-Soviet era 1991-2010. Chiberdanids' domination ended in Manila 1991, where the young Chinese star Zai Jun defeated her, after finishing second to the still active Gaprindashvili in an interzonal, tying with Alison Marek in the candidates tournament, and then beating Marek in a tiebreaker match. It was during this time that the three Polgar sisters, Susan, also known as Zusa, Zofia, and Judith, emerged as dominant players. However, they tended to compete in open tournaments, avoiding the women's championship. Susan Polgar eventually changed her policy. She won the 1992 candidates tournament in Shanghai. The candidates' final an 8-game match between the top two finishers in the tournament was a drawn match between Polgar and Ioseliani, even after 2 tiebreaks. The match was decided by a lottery, which Ioseliani won. She was then promptly crushed by Zhaijun 8-1/2, 2-1/2 in the championship at Monaco 1993. The next cycle was dominated by Polgar. She tied with Chiberdanidze in the candidates tournament, defeated her easily in the match 5-1/2, 1-1/2, and then decisively defeated Zhaijun 8-1/2, 4-1/2 in June 1996 for the championship. In 1997, Russian Alisa Galyamova and Chinese Zhaijun finished first and second, but Galyamova refused to play the final match entirely in China. FIDE eventually awarded the match to Zhaijun by default. However, by the time all these delays were sorted out, Polgar had given birth to her first child. She requested that the match be postponed. FIDE refused and eventually set up the championship to be between Galyamova and Zhaijun. The championship was held in Kazan, Tatarstan, and Shenyang, China, and Zhaijun won with 5 wins, 3 losses, and 7 draws. In 2000, a knockout event, similar to the FIDE overall title and held alongside it, was the new format of the Women's World Championship. It was won by Zhaijun. In 2001, a similar event determined the champion, Xu Chen, another knockout. This one held separately from the overall championship in Elista, the capital of the Russian Republic of Kalmykia, of which FIDE President Kirsan Ilyumzhinov is president, from May 21 to June 8, 2004, produced Bulgarian Antoneta Stefanova as champion. As with Polgar 5 years prior, Xu Chen did not participate due to pregnancy. In 2006, the title returned to China. The new champion, Zhu Yuhuo, was pregnant during the championship. In 2008, the title went to Russian Grandmaster Alexandra Kosteniuk, who, in the final, beat Chinese prodigy Hu Yifan 2-1/2, 1-1/2, then aged 14C Women's World Chess Championship 2008. In 2010, the title returned to China once again. Hu Yifan, the runner-up in the previous championship, became the youngest ever women's world champion at the age of 16. She beat her compatriot WGM Yuan Lufei 2 classic 3-1 rapid plays. Yearly tournaments 2010-2018. Beginning from 2010, the Women's World Chess Championship would be held annually in alternating formats. In even years, a 64-player knockout system would be used. In the odd years, a classical match featuring only 2 players would be held. The 2011 edition was between the 2010 champion, Hu Yifan, and the winner of the FIDE Women's Grand Prix 2009-2011. Since Hu Yifan won the Grand Prix, her challenger was the runner-up, Konru Humpy. In 2011, Hu Yifan successfully defended her Women's World Champion title in the Women's World Chess Championship 2011 in Tirana, Albania, against Konru Humpy, who won 3 games and drew 5 in the 10-game match, winning the title with 2 games to spare. Hu Yifan was knocked out in the second round in Women's World Chess Championship 2012, which was played in Khanty-Mansiysk. Anna Ushanina, seeded 30th in the tournament, won the final against Antoneta Stefanova 3-1/2, 2-1/2. The Women's World Chess Championship 2013 was a match over 10 games between defending champion Anna Ushanina and Hu Yifan, who had won the FIDE Women's Grand Prix 2011-2012. After 7 of 10 games, Hu Yifan won the match 5.5 to 1.5 to retake the title. After Hu declined to defend her title at the Women's World Chess Championship 2015, the title was won by Maryam Mazachuk, who defeated Natalia Paganina in the final, who defeated Mazachuk 6-3 to reclaim the Women's World Chess Championship 2016 title for her fourth championship in March 2016. The following year, Tan Zhongyi defeated Anna Mazachuk for the title at the Women's World Chess Championship 2017. Tan lost the title defending it against Zhu Wenjun, with who not participating at this event at the Women's World Chess Championship match 2018. Return to match-only format. Due to various hosting and timing issues, the championships had varied from their intended annual calendar in recent years. FIDE held a second World Championship in 2018 in order to get back on schedule. After the 2018 championship tournament, the new FIDE president, Arkady Dvorkovich, announced the format would be changed back to matches only. He said the many different champions the yearly system created discredited the championship title as a whole. Alexandra Goryachkina won the candidates tournament, held in June 2019, to challenge for the World Championship. Zhu Wenjun retained her title in the 2020 championship. Women's World Chess Champions. List of Women's World Chess Championships. Most wins. Vera Menchik 9 titles. Nana Gaprindashvili 5 titles. Maya Chiberdanidze 5 titles. Zai Jun 4 titles. Hu Yifan 4 titles. Zhu Wenjun 3 titles. Elisaveta Baikova 3 titles.